All right, race day featuring McLaren Artura GT4, stage 3. Let's go. Rivals and respect. Time to face the challenge. I've been challenged by Magnus. Of course, we have been. Ready to take him on. The stakes are high. Let's do this. All right, so working on your car's engine. Got a good shot at taking Magnus down. Maintain your speed through the turns and use your brakes wisely. Yeah, brakes, right? That's the sort of the Achilles heel in this car, I feel like. Keep the engine cool. We got a chance. Bring it on. I'll show you what the real driver looks like. He does. I'll give him that. He does look like a real driver, right? Anyway, 4 goals to complete. We'll start with drafting behind Magnus for 3,000 meters. No damage. And we'll have to overtake him before the end. All right, so still running with just those 4 Motorsport dollar upgrades. No gold so far, but and this is kind of somewhat moot point here, because in order to get past this stage, we're gonna have to spend some gold on upgrades to meet the PR requirement. So yeah, but just to get some good practice in, maybe we'll try to go as far as we can without putting any more upgrades on this car until the requirement kicks in, right? So no damage, I think, was the condition, right? And how early do I need to brake here in the bus stop? Okay, that was a little bit too early. Or was it? All right. See, Magnus was somewhere in the middle of the grid. I don't remember exactly what rank he was in. But I feel like with the grid size, somewhere in the teens would be my guess. Whoa, swinging pretty wild there. I wonder if you can take this car flat out through Eau Rouge. I don't think I can do that with current upgrades. But once I have sort of like evened out upgrades, I might be able to. But anyway, 17th place, and 16 ain't Magnus either. How about you, 15th place? Okay, you're not it either. Turn a page. There we go. Keeping it tight on the inside. Alright, so now we're in 15th. Who's in 14? Is that you, Magnus? Nope. Propeller Factory. Boy, where is Magnus? Alright, we got another car lined up in front of Propeller Factory. Propeller Head is a music company. Ah, there you are. Found you. Alright, so we got what, draft? Ooh. A little too excited to see an old friend. So we got a whole lap to do it though. So that should be pretty straightforward affair here. We got better acceleration. And of course, bots always struggle in corners, so we can maybe catch up through Eau Rouge. Ay. I think if I remember correctly, Porsche has a higher top speed, so once we lose him, what I should have done is kind of get next to Magnus on the Eau Rouge and not lose the momentum. Because, yeah, the Camel Straight would have been a great spot to get our drafting distance in, but you know what, we still have plenty of race left here in this goal. So we'll just get it done here somewhere. There you go. Good enough. Overtake him on the inside. And P13, let's see. Could we climb up any higher in ranks? All right. I think we can overtake Fishman. And, ooh, there's another guy in front. Could we pull off 11th at the end of this race? Ah! That final chicane. Okay, at least we got 12th place. So, little bit better payout, right? One rank better. All right, always fun times here at Spa. Great track with all the elevation, right? So, all right. And we'll take advantage of our instant service. All right, goal 1 complete. Heading on over to goal 2. What do we have? Finish in top 10 while maintaining your tires for a lap without taking any damage and getting overtaken to stay in the game. All right, so don't get overtaken. And I get a feeling that we have a degrading grip. Is that the idea? Maintaining tire. And finish in top 10. All right, what rank are we starting on? Yeah, we do have a degrading grip. Starting in 20th place, so we gotta overtake 10 cars. And we got a lap to do it. Or lap and maybe a little bit of outlap. So we'll... getting in the way. We cannot be overtaken, so once we make these overtakes, we have to make sure we stay in front. All right, and 18th place, and all right, 17th place. That was decent handling through La Source, the corner 1. All right, and also pretty decent handling through Eau Rouge. All right, so 15th place. So far, so good. As we start to lose a bit of grip on this car. 14th place. Do we have enough to make 4 more overtakes? No damage. Right. They're being kind of stickler about that one. I feel like that was more of a side swipe, which they are generally usually more generous. Okay, so we'll have to be a little bit more careful when we're making those close overtakes at tight corners. All right. See, those are side swipes, which generally does not, you know, they're a little bit more generous with that. Anyway, is that over? They didn't mention anything about off track, right? So technically, we can cut through like the bus stop chicane if push comes to shove, or even Le Con if that is even needed. But of course, the downside of that would be losing a bit of grip So all right, there we go. That good thing that didn't disqualify me, so that's good. And we got 3 cars lined up to overtake with let's just say a bit compromised grip on this car at this point. I'm making an awful lot of contacts. Stay away. Alright, P10, there we go. Now we just have to keep it clean, right? Yeah, with the 34% grip left on the car, I would not dare pushing too hard here. Alright. Anyway, there we go. Second attempt. Good enough for goal 2. But yeah, I suppose if you're struggling to get through this one, you do need more upgrades to get past this this stage. So that's one option. The other option is to just cut through the bus stop chicanes. You get 2 chances in the out lap and then in the main actual lap. So those would be your options, or just you know, practice, get better, right? All right, so that was good enough for goal 2 completion. Heading on over to goal 3. Yeah, this is last goal that we are going to be able to pull off without any upgrades, gold upgrades on the car. And it comes in the form of hitting top speed, about 210 kph every time you pass the finish line. Okay. And finish at least 10th with an average speed. Oh boy, that's a lot of conditions to keep track of. All right. However, once again, they did not mention anything about off track, and this time we don't have to worry about degrading grip either, right? So we just have to push. There we go. And climb up the ranks. Stavelot, Blanchemont, the fastest sector of Spa. There we go. Average speed looking good, and we have to be like over, I said 209. Could we get a little help from you, buddy? Can you give me a push? I need to get over 210. There we go. Not too bad. Alright, lost a bit of speed, as expected at La Source, since it is pretty sharp. And Oru, you know what? I know. The goal did not disqualify me, but I disqualify myself. Let's try one more time. That was a major crash. And it would have taken a while to recover. And yeah, not putting up with that kind of shenanigan. Come on. Why are you in my way? Alright. Inside. There we go. And then we'll brake a little bit earlier to get a sort of a head start here. So above 210, easily done. And last source. And this time, let's not crash if we can help it. And could we maintain some speed as well? Alright, 260s. That should help out with the average speed. We needed above, what was the target again? Oh, it must be very slow. 225, okay. So of course, we hit it as soon as we reach Le Con. So we have to slow down, lose all our speed there. But we'll try to build it up again through the final or the second half of the circuit. No crash. Yes, trying to avoid those other cars in the grid. It's a little crowded. And of course they always slow down in corners. Way too much. Alright, so at least we should be able to hit the average speed target, right? Because Stevlot and Blanchemont, we just need to bank up enough speed. Otherwise, I may have to cut the final chicane. Yes, I may have to do just that. So I don't lose the speed here. And... alright, there we go. Maybe I did not need to cut that final chicane. But... I spent enough time on this track so far. Alright, good enough. Let's head on over to what the final goal of the stage, right? Yes, goal 3 complete, so that takes us to the goal 4, the final goal. Alright, finish each lap under minute 50. Finish at least 3rd position, so a podium finish without taking any damage or going off track to impress the team. Alright, and then, yes, as anticipated, the PR requirement is above what we can pull off with motorsport dollars only. So here, I'll show you real quick. So we already have 4 categories motorsport dollar stage 1 upgrades on. So suspension, brakes, and tires and wheels are the ones that we didn't get yet. But even with that, we're only up to 57.2, which is well below what we need. So we need basically gold. And once you start putting gold upgrades on, none of the rewards are as much as what we put in. So at this point, if you're going past this point, you're trying to win the car. So may as well get all the upgrades that we need, which means 3 on engine, 3 on drivetrain, only 2 needed in body. I mean, 3rd stage upgrade is motorsport dollar upgrades, but we'll try to run with the minimum. So, and we need 3 upgrades on suspension, well, and the remaining categories. So that goes for exhaust, which maxes out that category. Brakes, also 3 upgrades. And final category, tires and wheels, with 3 stage upgrades on, brings us up to PR 66.9, which is what we're gonna need to complete the whole event. Right, so minute 50, 3rd position, no off track, no damage. All right, so we have to keep it clean. But now with those extra upgrades, let's see how well this car handles now. Now that we have a bit more upgrades on the grip side than on the speed side, since we only got 2 upgrades on body. I probably don't need to brake that early. All right, here we go. Go for the podium. All right. So now I was braking a little after the banner on the left side ended. And could we go flat out this time? We sure can. Oh yes, that's how you do it. Yeah, now with those extra upgrades, a lot more confident with these corners. Oh, they said no off track, didn't they? Should be careful. Brakes. Yes. That is very soft brakes. Let me remind you all, viewers. Alright, so okay, we don't have to drive that crazy. I don't think. But we gotta get it under minute 50, so let's keep those wheels spinning. Car moving. Make those overtakes. There we go. And halfway into that rumble strip seems to be adequate braking point. And a little bit past the barrier on the left. That seems to be also good enough. And they said no damage, so I'll have to be careful with the overtakes through Eau Rouge, but not too bad. Oh yeah, that's even better. Better than the last attempt. Alright, so P9 down Camel Straight as we approach Lacon. We're up to P8 and we're setting up for another overtake into Brussels, and this is where we failed last time. So there we go. I just gotta remember, yeah, that's kind of a funny combination, right? High grip, but butter for brakes. So you just have to, you can overtake in corners at a pretty decent speed. You just have to assess what that decent speed is, right? So obviously, decent speed, there's a limit to your grip. You cannot go through every corner flat out. This ain't no IDR, right? All right, so P5, P4. All right, and I see P3 in sight as we head into the final lap, and possibly P3 and 2. All right, so I completely forgot about them asking us to finish each lap under minute 50, right? I think that was a time. So, all right. Oh, we're gonna win this race. Even better. Assuming that we can keep the rest of the race clean. Looks like we're lapping slow Aston Martin. All right. Yeah, this is a good goal. Good race. I do appreciate some of these flat out races, right? I mean, it's got some extra conditions, but when they're just mainly dealing with, like, you know, don't crash, don't go off track, I'm okay with those. And that just means, like, it's like real life, right? So obviously, in real life, if you smash into another car, yeah, good luck finishing that race. Or even on occasion, just surviving the crash, right? All right, so minute 50s, what we have to wrap this under, and 40, 41, 42, and we got this in the bag. Thank you very much. All right, that yeah, handling of this car with those required PR met, right? A lot better. I did enjoy that very much. All right, so with a P1 finish, proper payout, right? 26,100 Motorsport dollar payout. So that's good. All right. And that wraps up another stage, stage 3. A little bit of trouble, not too much. Anyway, time to collect some rewards here. All right, so 1,250 victory points, 10 gold, and 40,000 Motorsport dollars. All right. And next victory point reward tier is going to be just some racing dollars. Not all that much, but necessary step, right? And the Motorsport dollars, 40,000 of it. All right. Collect those now that we've spent a bit. You faced the challenge and came out on top, overtaking Magnus and securing a strong finish. Yeah, win is a pretty strong finish, I would say. You're gaining momentum and confidence, but you know the competition is far from over. Indeed, we got two more stages to go. So some of the other drivers making some last-minute adjustments to their cars, as we did as well. We need to stay on our toes if we want to keep our lead. Get back to the pits and analyze the data. We've got a lot to work with. All right, so that's stage 3. We'll head on over to stage 4 in the next video. So stay tuned. I will see you guys there.